Welcome to day 4 pre-event panel interviews for Conscious You. Conscious souls like you and me are gathering together for fun, for prizes, for healing, for community on October 17th and 18th at the Conscious You Extravaganza. It is the global virtual event of the year that you are going to love, love, love. So if you are on a path of consciousness and want to up-level yourself personally and professionally, then this is the place to be. I've gathered over 40 plus coaches and healers who have amazing insights and healing and wisdom for you, and over 80 gifts just for, being there and signing up for the event. And then I have several gifts that we are raffling off throughout the live on Zoom virtual events. So come play with me. I'm Tiffany Cano, your host of Conscious You Extravaganza, and I'm the CEO of Highly Perceptive People Academy. And I have been seeing clairvoyantly and healing and getting paid for healing since I was 8 years young. So come and play with me and my high caliber, amazing, heart-centered coaches and healers who are happy to help you. ConsciousYou.org. Register now. Welcome, welcome. We have amazing coaches here today. We have Grace Liu, Antonia and Greg, Reverend Eva Venari, Josette Diaz, and Celia Faye Miesel. So I want to give you a chance to meet them and learn more about them because they have so much to contribute to you at the Conscious You event that is going to be live on October 17th and 18th via Zoom. So this is like getting warmed up for all the juiciness that is yet to come. Now, some of our keynote speakers here are Greg and Antonia, and I want to have them start us off with just sharing a bit more about who you are, how you help, how you serve. What's your heart all about?
Beautiful. Thank you, sweetheart. And thank you for having us on the Conscious You Summit. We're so excited to see your audience, bring our audience to you as well. And Greg and I have been together and as partners in life and business, love everything you can think of, music for, 45 years, doing business for 30 years together. And we love to talk to bodies.
Yeah. And the amazing thing about talking with bodies is the answers that you get. And the people that we love working with are anyone who says, I really want to know more about myself. I want to know how I feel when I'm not so great. I want to know how I can feel better when I want to feel better. So it's, people who are doing things in the world who want to kind of up the level a little bit and be able to be more visible and have a lot of fun and heal.
Thank you so much. FYI, Greg and Antonia and I are in 2 upcoming movies together. We both filmed a week and a half ago at Frequency of Miracles movie, which will come out in the spring. These are all like personal development, transformational movies that are going to be the equivalent or even better than The Secret. And then we're in movie number 2 together, Pillars of Power. And that one is being produced by the Los Angeles Tribune and is going to be spectacular, like huge global reach on that one. So I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Us too.
Yes, and I get to see you guys this weekend at Les Brown's. Les Brown is going to be in the Pillars of Power movie, and they're bringing us up on Les's stage to actually talk about and promote the movie. So I'm super, super looking forward to that this weekend. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All right, Grace, you are next. Tell me about who you are, how you help, how you serve.
Yeah, so thank you for inviting me to be on the Conscious You Summit, Tiffany. I'm very honored to be here among other great speakers. So, I grew up with traditional Chinese parents. So I was taught that, girls are to be seen, and my duty as, their daughter was just to obey and follow the rules. So, I came up with Grace Solutions because I believe there's solutions in all of us, and from source, and, using my name, Grace. So, at Grace Solutions, we empower shy, introverted, quiet women to speak up their truth, embody their worthiness, and clearly communicate without the anxiety, fear, or over-explaining, so they can have better relationships at home and at work, and more successes in their careers.
Nice. Thank you. Josette.
Hi, Tiffany. Thank you for having me on the Conscious You Summit. I'm so happy to be here with all these other wonderful experts. I'm a self-awareness coach for women in midlife. I specifically work with women that are high achieving. And we have a tendency to not really know how to slow down, and we tend to put ourselves last on the list. And so I help women through creative development processes to release their awareness and become more aware of who they truly are and start recalibrating and reconnecting to themselves.
Nice. Thank you. Celia.
Hello, I'm Celia Faye Meisel, and in my work, I'm a sacred light healer and an intuitive guide. And I specialize in working with spiritual entrepreneurs to hit their goals, whether it's relationship goals, weight, or I also have a specialty in high ticket sales. And so I help my clients get amazing sales results, actually without doing any sales training, just working on their inner being and changing their relationship with the world. Right? We're taught to think that it's strategy, marketing, sales training, but it's actually changing how we are and how we perceive ourselves to get new and different results. And I'm so excited to be here.
100%. We got to do that inner work so we can get those big ka-ching dollars.
Amen.
Yes. Okay. Reverend Eva. Unmute, please. Unmute, please. There you go.
Got it. So, yeah, tech must not be my thing today. I'm Eva Venari with the Elevate Institute. I'm founder, and it's funny. People find me kind of as a divine meeting. Oh, I was just praying about a need for blank, 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 and you show up. And so I have found that when they find me, they're stuck on something. And so we're clearing chronic illness while rebuilding the body for a long and healthy longevity. People think that aging means we become decrepit, and I say nay, nay, and help you be empowered for your ideal and best performance.
Love it. Thank you. All right. Here's our next question. Okay. I want you guys to recall a time where you've had this like miraculous breakthrough or success story with one of your clients and share about that, please. Josette, you go first.
Okay, took me a second to find my button. So I would like to really share something that's specific, not necessarily, it's part of an outcome. One of the things that I help women do is to really look at what they value, what their core values are, so that they start living from a different point of view. And a client that I was working with felt that calm was part of one of her values, that calmness was necessary in her life. And the way it was playing out currently before we did this deeper work is she would be, as an example, at her daughter's house where she has a house full of teenagers, and any of us who've been parents understand what that can mean. And so chaos would ensue, and she would feel like she had to jump in to create the calm because her nervous system would be heightened, etc. And when she started to recognize how calm was actually a core value to her, it changed the perspective of how she lived her life. So she no longer had to place herself in positions of where if there's chaos, there wasn't anything for her to do. She either was in those moments making a choice about how to be calm for herself rather than reacting to chaos to create the calmness. So there's a total shift in how you perceive the way that you live your life and how you command the core values in your life, and they become your indicators of where boundaries are set. So it all produces a life of ease based on how you value what you surround yourself with.
Thank you, Grace.
So, you know, a lot of times we might feel like we have to conform, and there's like, you know, society rules and some conformity. So, one of my clients, and that's what she felt like. And so, by understanding her design, her type, and using all of the tools that, you know, she was provided, she finally felt like, hey, I don't have to conform. It's okay for me just to be me and be able to still effectively communicate using however my style is or however my type or personality, that I can still have that effective communication. And also, because we always say there's energy in everything. Well, there's energy in communication. So once when she understood her type, her energy, she could use that and enhance it. And also, she also figured out words that would empower her. You know, like, for example, you know, we were always using the word balance, right? Balance life and work, like balance, you know, play and all the, you know, having fun as well as, you know, working and everything. But for her, balance felt very hard. Like, you know, she had to work hard for that. So when we came up, well, what energy word will fit more with her, she came up with the word harmony. And for that, she had more of a flow and she could create that harmony in her work and in her life. So, you know, you don't have to conform. You can always still have that effective communication when you embrace yourself, embrace who you are, and then from there, figure out from your type, from your strategies, what will work best for you to have that effective communication. And I just love that.
Thank you. Eva.
I was ready to unmute this time.
Awesome. So tell me a success story about one of your clients.
Yeah, so I get to live in one of the hot spots of the most known cities in the world near Hollywood. And Los Angeles is home to many, many actors and actresses. And so these are definitely high-powered individuals who need to be on the go, go, go. And I remember this one woman in a divine meeting. I was explaining and sharing my story, what I went through, and she started to cry. And I says, "What's going on here?" And she says, "You're reminding me of me. I'm hearing myself in your story, and I so want you to help me." Now, she was doing a one show and she was raising 2 children and she was busy with her family and in life, and also living in fear and anxiety because she couldn't eat. She was down to 10 things, and that was it. It was changing her community. She wasn't going over to friends' houses in order to have a lunch. She was afraid of ordering at a restaurant because it might put her body into a state of overwhelm. And she thought she was doing all the right things, but her body she also felt it was broken. And within a short while, and I give that a short, so we're not talking medication where within a few days you see some sort of, compensated effect of medicine. This is holistic work. And so slowly over the course of about 4 weeks to 4 months, I get these little text messages. Guess what? I went over to a friend's house and I'm not fearful of whatever they put under my nose. I can eat it now. It's changed my life. A few weeks later, yesterday I went out for my birthday and everybody around me and the table was surprised to hear me order wine and whatever I wanted, that of course with a healthy framework in mind, but it changed her life experience from, I can't believe I'm resentful of living in this body, to, wow, it is now working for me.
Nice. Thank you. Celia.
Yes. So the story that comes to mind is one of my clients who came to me and she was dealing with a lot of pressure from her family. And then also in her business, she was over educating. So she was very passionate about what she offered. And so she just felt like I have to give more information, more information, more information. And so we pulled back that need to prove and to be accepted, and helped her to focus more in on her gifts, and that she's a light to the world, and people are blessed to connect with her, and they really want the thing that she is offering. And so she was able to go and hit her first $40,000 month in sales. And she even went beyond that. And I still get text messages from her about how she's still using what we worked on together. So that's one of my favorite stories to share.
Fantastic. Greg and Antonia, as keynotes, you get 2.
Whoa.
2 success stories.
All right, beautiful. Well, the first one, we often work on some, mindset and belief and stuff like that, but we also work on physiological issues. And something that happened with one of our certified Core Talk practitioners' son, who ended up in intensive care. His heart had slowed down. They had to intubate him. He was in real serious condition. They weren't sure he was going to make it. And so our client brought us in and said, you got to do some healing with him. And of course, this is remote. They're in the other side of the country than us. And we started working with him. We started looking at his energy flow, what his heart was doing. And within like the first session we did, he stabilized, and his rhythms came up to more normal. He was still in intensive care. He was still like full of everything was being done for him. And then we did another couple sessions over the next 2 days, all energetic healing using the body's energy, chakras and the meridians. And they had a meeting with their doctor, came in Monday morning or whatever. He says, I don't know what is going on here. This is unbelievable, the turnaround that he's had. And our practitioner was like, I know what it was. And so they were able, after that day, they started removing him from all the life support he was on. And 3 days later, he was like up and walking around, and they were just like, what the heck happened? And it was all about healing, our inner system. What has happened before that's influencing our physiology and our mental processes. And then before you know it, he was out of the hospital, starting to cause trouble again and being a normal, 20-something. It was fantastic.
Love it. Love
and,
it.
And I'll just keep on with this story a little bit, because it really exemplifies what we do and what we really believe people's bodies can do as far as healing. Because we're having very simple conversations. Then we have some skill in questions to ask about cardiovascular things. But I mean, you could easily go to Google and say, Google, what do I need to ask about these cardiovascular conditions? And we were testing as we'd go along, doing our Core Talk process, and then asking the body, what do you want me to do? Is there some way that we can heal this condition? His body told us exactly what chakras and meridians to do. So really bringing the body's innate healing system into the conversation so that it can tell us what to do.
Yeah.
That was what really led the healing ability.
There you go.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. So for those of you who are new to me, I've been seeing clairvoyantly and healing since I was 8. Like, that's when I started getting paid for it. And I love, love, love doing the subconscious release of whatever's blocking you from love, money, health, spirituality. And I've talked a few other success stories for money and for health earlier in the week. And so today I thought I would share about relationships. I've had people in tears over how the healing that I did for one person in the couple, one person saved their marriage because they were able to release the old traumas, old wounds, childhood wounds that had them feel unloved and unseen and unheard and unsafe. And as those healed, then they were no longer getting triggered and feeling like their spouse didn't love them or like them or hear them. And then their relationship just blossomed. They were able to see each other in an entirely new light with more love and more connection and vulnerability and juiciness. So when we heal these core wounds, it ripples out to every single area. So even though the focus for those particular people was to help heal their marriage, when you heal that not feeling loved, seen, heard, it's going to affect your money. It's going to affect your health and your spiritual connection as well. So those are some fun things that I like to share with people. Now, our next question is about, if you could have one wish for humanity, what might that be? Because see, this is a conscious you summit, a conscious you extravaganza. So we want to bring some more consciousness. And I would love to hear from our speakers. What would be one wish that you would like to give? Grace, you ready?
Sure. So just to piggyback on what you said, Tiffany, about relationships. So I would love to have humanity have better relationships with themselves, better self-talk, embody their goodness, their worthiness, because, relationships, we always say one of your important assets is your relationship. Well, don't forget, relationship to yourself is also equally important. So have good relationship, have a beautiful relationship with yourself. And then you can also have a beautiful and wonderful relationship with others.
Thank you. All right, Josette.
My wish for humanity is specific to women. And I would love to see women actually feel and know their own empowerment. And becoming your own soulmate, rather than looking outside of yourself to be fulfilled, you're looking within to be fulfilled, so that you are truly empowered to make big changes in the world. And I think that women can do that.
Thank you. All right, Greg and Antonia.
Everyone here is on the planet for a reason, and we all have unique qualities that we can bring into the world. My wish is that people would do that in a way where they feel full of themselves, and they feel like, as I move forward with my dreams and realizing what I really deeply want to do, that's what's best, not just for me, but also for the world.
And adding on to that is that the ability to be full of yourself is so much about knowing that you are loved. It rocket fuels your ability to get out into the world. So my wish for humanity is for every single person to know that they are loved. They are love.
I love it. All right, Eva. Bring on the love.
Yeah.
Bring on the love.
Bring it on. Yeah, that's what it is. It's all about that. It's like we can't live and exist without loving ourselves first, so that we can love others and bring our gifts in. And my one wish is that everyone adopts this desire to be here on earth now, not sit in this thought that, oh, I'll just do it whatever that is, next life or next time, or I'll let somebody else do it. And just like what was just previously said, we all have our unique thumbprint, of what it is our spiritual gifts are. And we made that decision. We said yes to that gift before we ever came into our reality. And if you hear June, my cat, she's off camera, agreeing with me wholeheartedly. So this is all about, understand your spiritual gifts, know who you are, where you're going, what your contract with God is, and then it's your responsibility to bring it in. We are all here to help support you on that journey.
I want to piggyback on that and share my wish. And that would be for those who want to have a stronger spiritual connection with source, with God, with whatever is your version of the divine, that even in just a simple breath, connecting with our heart space, and then connecting, like sending your consciousness up, 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 connecting with your higher soul, connecting with the divine, and feeling that palpable, tangible, visceral presence of the divine within and without. I think if we could really know that with faith, with trust, with certainty, it would elevate our consciousness so much more and help facilitate greater peace within us and around us. Celia.
This flows perfectly with what you just shared. So my wish would be for everyone to know that we are all eternal souls springing from one great universal soul, and that the whole reason that we're here is for growth and for the unconscious to become conscious. And everybody would view life and obstacles and challenges so much differently and find such peace with our existence. So that is my wish.
Thank you so much. So on the fly, I would love to invite the speakers, and I didn't tell them about this ahead of time. So please join me, speakers and live and watching the recording, for a little prayer, blessing, wish of goodness for humanity, for our planet, for all those who are suffering and going through some hard times, maybe dealing with the hurricane, that the 2 hurricanes that just hit, in the Florida area. So the way I would like to invite you to do it is to first just touch your heart, breathe into your heart space. And then imagine the earth in front of you like a small ball, and raise your palms towards the earth in front of you, and just allow yourself to be that instrument of love and goodwill and good wishes. Thank you, God, for blessing every person, every being on this planet, showering them with inner peace, with compassion, with mercy, grace, and ease, with goodwill and the willingness to do good. Bless their hearts, minds, and souls with a much stronger spiritual connection. Help them to feel safer physically and safer in their environment. Bless them with prosperity and abundance. Thank you for divine protection, especially those that are still, in process of dealing with natural disaster stuff. Thank you, God, for blessing Mother Earth, all of nature, all the animals, all the people, with just so much divine love, divine light, divine power, divine healing, that our planet, our people, just can live in that peace place, no matter what chaos is happening around them. And all hurricanes just are transmuted into a gentle breeze, just gently blowing away whatever negative energies may be there. As just a little cleanup, that's all. Thank you, God, for just showering every soul on this planet with whatever it is that they need. Bless them with clean air, clean earth, clean water, clean and safe shelter. Blessings to all. Amen. Nice. Looks like we have people streaming in from across the globe. So hopefully you were there to join us in that global prayer. So as we bring in even more consciousness, let's hear again from the speakers. And this time, I'd like you to share about your topic, your theme. And Celia, since you're up first on the screen, we'll just go with you. So tell us about your topic and theme for the Conscious You Summit.
Yeah. So my topic and theme is about relaxing your way to results. And this is for the people who are very anxious and impatient with their results and their manifestations. And so usually when you're like that, you tend to be overcommitting, overworking, not trusting. And so this is about a pathway and a very simple process that you can use to relax, to find ease and peace, and step into a place of enjoyment as you are waiting for the third dimension to catch up with your decision for something to be created in reality. So that is what I'll be talking about at the summit next week.
Nice. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Greg and Antonia.
We're very excited to be talking about Unleash Your Inner Light, Healing Visibility Blocks. And given our decades of experiencing working with healers, there's so many different varying reasons why it is so scary to be visible as a healer. So there's all about past life stuff, there's current life adverse experiences, and there's all these emotional dragging down along with generational trauma, all sorts of stuff. And so we're going to be talking about 3 of the main areas where we get tripped up and where we keep ourselves small and hidden.
Yep, and we're going to show how to dissolve that energy and create flow. We'll probably do some healing on the talk itself so that people can see that it's simple. We actually are built to be healers. Our body is actually healing all the time at light speed. And if we can kind of just get in that flow and allow ourselves to be able to move into the areas that we're really meant to be, to shine our light, that's what we want to bring.
Yes, yes, yes. Eva.
So my talk is called The Evolution of Consciousness, 3 Keys to Ascension. And it's an example, a story really, of true holistic healing that, as was just mentioned, is innate and inherent in us all. And we are divinely designed to heal if we don't get in the way. And so I'm going to reveal in my talk the big thing that is the same between, or looks the same, demonic possessions and toxic metal overload in the body, how that happens, and how to heal it.
Thank you. All right, Josette.
I'm going to be speaking on being your own soulmate, because I think that many women, or if I found myself and the women that I work with, that we are always searching outside of ourselves to be informed of who we are. And we are always searching for something else or someone else to fill the empty little spaces or the spaces that have healing that are required. And so looking inward to start living our lives from the inside out is what produces the most happiness for us, and understanding what our values are and how to set our lives up for success from the inside and live from our vision interiorly. And so we'll be talking a lot about how to be your own soulmate and what that really means to you.
I love that you're healing the void, sister.
Right.
It's such a powerful thing. All right, Grace.
So my topic or theme is about empowering the shy woman to find their voice, to speak up and shine bright. Because a lot of the quiet, shy women, they tend to want to hide. And so it's about understanding who they are, embracing who they are. So through like the human design, and as well as understanding and overcoming stagnant communication syndrome that might hold them back from communicating their desires and what they want in life and for what they want for themselves. So yeah, so I'm all about empowering the shy, quiet woman so that they can shine bright and speak up.
Nice. I'm going to be talking about seeing and healing your blind spots so that you can have greater success, love, health, joy, spirituality. I'll be doing live healing, clairvoyant readings, kinesthetic, integrating healing exercises that's going to activate your right and left brain and create some new neural pathways for success. And I make it fun. So in addition to all of these amazing speakers, I have a games master. I have one for Thursday and one for Friday, and they are funny. And so we bring in the fun, the play, the joy, the laughter. There's going to be raffle prizes sprinkled throughout the day. There's going to be, things that are going to keep you, motivated and on the edge of your seat. When I did my Global Heart Activation Summit in April, I had people from Europe staying up till 2, 3 in the morning. I had people in Australia waking up super, super early. I mean, people come from across the globe and make an effort to be there the entire time because they don't want to miss out on all of the gold that we bring to this type of summit. And now for the gifts. Okay, so it's not just healing, it's not just insights, but we also give you some gifts, right? So every speaker has 2 gifts. There's one that you get just for signing up. And then there's another gift that you get when you're a VIP. And our VIP package is fantastic. I'll tell you about that a little bit later. So tell us about your free gift, Celia.
Yes. Do you want me to tell both gifts or just
Yes,
one?
please.
Okay. So my gift for everyone is called Manifest and Receive the Desires of Your Heart. And I teach you how to work with laws that state that everything that you want is created from inside of you. You don't have to look from outside in anymore. So that's the first one. And then for VIPs, you're going to get exclusive access to my custom meditation that is called Alpha Meditation for Goal Manifestation. And I had a composer actually create the alpha track for me, binaural beats alpha state track. I did the script, and it's an incredible journey to help you go into alpha state and actually feel the experience of your manifestations being materialized in real time now, and it speeds up the manifestation process.
I am so getting that, just so you know. Okay, keep going. So that was complete because I'm like, ooh, I love binaural beats, and especially when I can more easily bring myself into different states of being and yeah. Ooh, fun. Okay. Josette.
Sorry. Okay, so my first gift is a soul awareness meditation. This is something that I developed out of being a Reiki master teacher. And so it's a guided meditation based on an issue that you may want to heal or that you're having trouble with. And by the end of it, you have self-awareness around this issue. And also we're healing your energy blueprint along with it. So I'm very excited to offer that to the audience. And yeah, that's
Thank
my gift.
you, Greg and Antonia.
Well,
Gifts, fun, play,
yeah.
play.
But the thing about gifts, and I imagine that everybody's gift is like this incredible gold that you can offer to people, that they can tap into processes that you've developed over years. So we love to do that with our gift that everyone will get is 3 powerful ways to tap into your body's wisdom. And these are just foundational areas of self-development that they're here to have. And we have little ways of bringing those out and how to practice that in your daily life. So we love that 3 powerful ways to tap into your body's wisdom. And then for our VIP gift, we want to give you a real experiential gift. And this is a ticket to our Activate Your Success 3-day event. And it's a VIP ticket. So even if you can't come, you can get all of the video replays of it and the workbook. But this is an event that we do as a follow-up to our Success Accelerator Code online program. So people are going through that starting next week. And at Activate Your Success, you're taking all of these really self-healing tools that you're learning doing Core Talk and applying them to how are you going to be successful? How are you going to figure out what goals are really important? How are you going to get all the blocks out of the way so that you can take the action? So that's what we're going to be doing for our VIP gift at Activate Your Success.
And just to add on tiny bit on that is in that event, we do healing. You guys learn the exact processes of how to do the healing. You get a workbook so you can look at it later, do it again. And this is all about getting your healing business or coaching business back up or up to where you want it to be, right? Setting harder goals or higher goals, breaking through those upper limit issues and really bringing it to the consciousness of, why am I not doing those things I said I wanted to do and yet I'm not doing them? We will work on those in the live event and break through those in that live event.
Nice. Thank you. I love gifts. So just so you guys know, for my gifts, they're sprinkled throughout the whole weekend, or it's not a weekend, it's Thursday, Friday. But just for signing up, you're going to get my loved healing audio, which is great for healing your inner child wounds. So you'll feel loved, feel seen, feel heard, feel safe, feel like you belong, which then directly impacts your money, your health, your relationships, and your spirituality. And when you sign up for VIP, you get a free one-on-one session with me, and you get access to my Soulful Boundaries weekend workshop, November 2nd and 3rd. And if you're an empath, spiritual, intuitive, which probably most of you are, being able to have healthy energetic boundaries can be super important, so you don't sponge up other people's negative energies and get so overwhelmed and, taken out by small things and taking things personally. So I teach you how to be in the peace place and be graceful with your boundaries. So that'll be a fun way for us to do it. And when you're VIP, you get recordings for everything, the whole summit. You get all of those recordings. And the VIP package is only $47. One speaker's VIP gift alone is usually like quadruple that. Okay. So this is going to be great. All right, Grace, tell me about your gifts, please.
Well, first of all, I'm hearing all these wonderful gifts from everybody. I'm like going, oh, I would love to sign up. So for me, the gifts that that's for everybody is knowing your unique communication styles. We all have our styles of clothing and what have you. So we also have our own unique communication styles. So knowing your communication styles and knowing other people's communication styles will help you to energetically have more of a flow in conversations. And then for the VIP, I have the communication through human design. So understanding your human design and then your centers. That way you can understand why and how you communicate and when perhaps to be effective with your communication and when to use silence, because there is power in using silence as well. So it's about knowing when it's, good and, to have that effective communication and when to use silence for power.
Versus passive aggression silence. Nice. Okay. Eva, I think you're the last to share gifts. So share your gifts.
Okay. So a lot of people have taken their IQ and a lot of people have taken their EQ test. But have you taken your EEQ test? And you say, what is the EEQ? Oh, yeah. So
what is that?
I haven't taken it yet because I invented it. This is the Essential Energy Quotient, and it's your FICO score for healing. Where are you today? And what can you do in 30 days to improve your score? So that's the free gift to all. And then for the VIP, we get some one-on-one time. I do something that's somewhat unique. I haven't heard or come across anybody else doing this, but it's an astral scan. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes. And I read into your many levels of metaphysical being. And we can see if you have, attachments, possessions, something going on around you, if there's holes in your astral field, all kinds, of course, chakras. Yeah, absolutely. But we get to see more about what's going on with you, even ancestral interference, which is very common lately. I've noticed a lot of that. So yeah, some one-on-one time with me. We'll get to dig in and see what's really going on that you just don't know is happening.
Nice. Thank you. Okay. We got everybody's gifts, right? Yep. Okay. So we're going to do one more round today. And that is, can you please share with us one golden nugget teaching or golden insight or a practice that we can do to improve the quality of our life? So who's vibing going first? Celia, you're up.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. So this is the first step of something that I developed called the Evolve Code. And so the first step is to enjoy. And think of enjoyment like a positive orienting. So if you've done any type of somatic work, orienting like to your space, I'm in this room, but adding a positive orienting. And this will actually help you to feel excited about very mundane tasks and see them as a tool for manifestation. Most people get stressed about, oh, I have this thing to follow up with and I have to do this task. And so they carry all sorts of resentment around very basic tasks. And so when you enjoy and you're like, I'm grateful I get to do this. And it may not come easily right away. You may have to train yourself, but you start to see life as this, every little step that you do as this amazing opportunity for growth and for light to flow through you. So enjoy everything that you do and your life will change.
Thank you. Thank you. Who's eager to go next? Okay, looks like Greg and Antonia, winners on that.
All righty. And I love what Celia was saying. And I was thinking about that with puttering your regular tasks and enjoying them. So kudos to that tip. And I think my most universal tip is that I have to remind myself all the time is to be here now. So every time you find yourself thinking about the past or regretting the past or stressing about the future, just look around, see the roof over your head, feel that beautiful energy of the sun or all of what is around you and say, things are good right here, right now. Bring yourself back to the present, because the present is where the healing happens. It's where the love happens. It's where the transformation happens.
I love that, Antonia. Can we just all collectively just take a deep breath and allow us to be here now?
And there's nothing like being here now, except when you're not, what do you do? So that's the golden nugget that I want to offer. And this really also piggybacks on
You
Celia's
said it, yeah.
idea, is that when you feel like, oh, I don't want to do this, or I feel like, I resent having to do this work that I have to do, there's some deep wisdom there. And when we ask our body, where's that coming from? It usually is referencing a very adverse experience that we created a bunch of strategies around, that now as an adult, we're doing stuff that we're resenting because the strategy doesn't work anymore. So if we can look and ask our body, wow, I seem upset about this thing. Is there something that I could do right now? And it might be just taking a breath. But as we get into a little bit more structured healing, our body has this amazing system. So my golden nugget is to take the problem and turn it into a golden opportunity to heal.
Mm.
It wasn't the
I just like to play.
Absolutely. I love your little hee.
So who's next? Okay, Eva.
It's a little serious note on this, but I think it's something that, as I run across spiritual people, they feel sometimes a wavering of faith and understanding, and a difficulty with gratitude. And our first reach is for gratitude of the things that we judge as good for us. And so my invitation also is to be present, but with just a little different of a twist on it. And that is to know that there is undeviating justice in all the circumstances of each and every one of our lives.
Yes. Okay. Feels like Grace is coming on next. You ready?
I guess so.
You're voluntold.
Well, I was going to say that, a combination, right, of humor and awareness is always a good way of having that harmony, right? I just love that.
Humor and awareness. And what can we do with that?
So,
besides laugh.
So with the awareness, right? Sometimes when we are aware of things, it can feel pretty heavy. And so sometimes it just helps to, lighten up a bit. We don't have to be like so serious and it's all like doom or gloom, so to speak, right? Sometimes, yes, things happen and, we can learn from it, we can grow from it, but we can also see the lighter side of it sometimes, just to help us to kind of also lighten up that spirit a bit, right? Because spirit doesn't want us always to feel that heaviness. So yes, we want to have the awareness so that we can expand and, go for what we're reaching. At the same time, we want to also be light about it. So it's just having that harmony of that awareness and having that bit of humor as well.
Thank you. Does that?
So I'm going to use Grace as a bouncing off point, because what I was going to say is that as we go through life, things are always going to come around and throw us off course. And so how do we keep a state of being that allows us to stay focused and keep moving forward? And one of the tools that I love to work with women on is using the creative process. And so through art or through some other slow-paced artistic modes, such as, crocheting or knitting, even things like that, are helpful because they serve as a way to meditate and to keep your state of being in a higher place. So you are able to get through things that are challenging without bringing yourself down to the level of the energy that is squashing part of your vision. So keep yourself up and elevated through keeping a good focus on your state of being through creativity.
I've been trying to give different tips and golden nuggets throughout the week. I think the one that I feel called to share in this moment is when you're feeling negative thoughts, negative feelings, overwhelmed, triggered, can't sleep, consider cutting your cords. So using your dominant hand, and this is something that I learned from Master Choa Sui back in my 20s. You use your dominant hand like a knife or a sword, and you form the intention to cut those negative, unhealthy, unauthorized, dirty cords, because every time you think, touch, talk, look at somebody or them towards you, there's invisible energetic cords. And sometimes these cords are good cords, and sometimes they're not so good cords. And the like, if it's a stranger, it might be the size of a spider web thread cord. But if you're in like a partnership, these cords can be like big old pipes, right? So, which can let in and good and not so good energies. So if you're not quite centered or feeling, afraid or distracted, just use your dominant hand like a knife or a sword and use your willpower and cut down the front of your body with the intention to cut the negative, unhealthy, unauthorized, dirty cords. Do it a couple times. And then imagine yourself in front of you and cut along the back. Like, you can do a mini me version of yourself in front of you and cut, still use your willpower, and even along the sides. And if you have an ache or a pain in your body, definitely cut a cord there too. Okay, so that's one little golden nugget tip. I have lots and lots of healing modalities in my tool belt, and that's just one of them. All right. Well, thank you so much for playing with me today. I look forward to having you guys at my Conscious You event on October 17th and 18th. So please, please, please come and enjoy this event. Show up live, everybody. Register now, consciousyou.org. You're going to love it. See you there.